So with the summer 2015 anime season being fully underway, there are quite a few shows that a lot of people are loving, like Gangsta, Usha Tutora, and Prison School, but they are not what I'm going to be talking about. No, the show I'm talking about is one that nobody really expected anything special from. However, ever since its first episode aired, it has been regarded as the season's hidden gem. The show I'm talking about is none other than Gakkou Gurashi. But instead of watching the anime, I got up to the manga. So if you haven't read the title of the video yet, or if you haven't figured it out at this point, for this ink shelf, Gakkou Gurashi, also known as School Life in English. So for those of you who don't know, which probably like most of you, considering I've only made one Inkshelf before this one, Inkshelf is my series of videos where I catch up or read all of the manga series and give my thoughts and opinions on them. Now, Gakkou Gurashi is a supernatural slice-of-life horror mystery manga which started its serialization back in May of 2012, with it currently having 38 chapters translated and 5 volumes, with the 6th one being released over in Japan this August. And the story is being written by Norimitsu Kaiho, while Satoru Chiba is in charge of the art. Now, before I go any further, I do recommend that you watch either episode 1 of the anime or read chapter 1 of the manga if you haven't done either of those yet. Because I am going to discuss some stuff that might ruin your experience if you don't at least watch episode 1 or read chapter 1. So go pause the video if you want to get the most out of the series, go watch either episode 1 of the anime or read chapter 1 of the manga and then come back to this video. You back? Okay, good. So zombies! Zombies are a trope that isn't used all too often in anime and manga. Hell, the only zombies I've seen in anime are those in High School of the Dead and South Korea, the latter being one I've also read the manga for. However, these shows don't really handle the zombie aspect of the story in the same way as Gakkou Gurashi does. Instead of conforming to the usual zombie themes, Gakkou Gurashi initially tricks you into believing it's a happy-go-lucky slice of life, for a while only to reveal both the truths of the world and just how screwed up the main character, Takia Yuki, actually is. But speaking of Yuki, she's probably one of the most interesting things about the series. The way that she has twisted her mind into seeing the world as if the zombie apocalypse hasn't happened is what initially kept me reading the manga, because I wanted to know more about how she acts given this delusional situation with her mind. Another part I also like is that her childish, upbeat personality does give some levity, not only for the reader, but also for the other characters. One of these characters is Wakasa Yuri, or Risan, as the others like to call her. She acts as the brains of the group. She's the one in charge of taking care of everybody's food supplies as well as what the group's next move will be. But later on, it is shown that the entire situation is something that is mentally taxing on her because of all the responsibilities she has to worry about. For example, what would happen if they didn't have any food or electricity anymore. And I do love how we actually see a character being slowly drained by the situations such as this. It also makes her more real and relatable and likable. So to survive in the zombie apocalypse, you're gonna need to fight them, right? Well, enter Ebisuzawa Kurumi. She's the fighter of the group who I had initially felt quite indifferent towards, but I thought the fact that her weapon of choice being a shovel was pretty damn cool. I mean, come on, it's a freaking shovel. Have you not played Shovel Knight? Because if you haven't, you should. It's awesome. But just like Yuri, Kurumi also goes through her own changes that make her a much more interesting character than what you initially started off as. And now for the last member of the School Life Club, whom only joins later on in the story actually. And this is Naoki Miki, or as Yuki likes to call her, Mikun. Miki personally doesn't like the nickname though. As I stated a moment ago, Miki isn't initially in the story, it's only later on in the story when she is introduced. When she does, she's all alone, unlike the aforementioned characters, so to see her go from the tough reality of the zombie apocalypse to a bit more of a relaxing one with the School Life Club members was very interesting to see, especially since she doesn't immediately join the School Life Club and doesn't like Yuki all too much when they initially meet. There's also a fifth character who's pretty important to the story, but I won't talk too much about her in wariness of spoiling the story for you. Next, we'll move on to the art. It's a style that isn't usually used in this sort of setting, but it works so well in creating a tone. It can be quite standard when there aren't any crazy things happening, but once the darker parts begin to happen, it is reflected in art. Not merely in the appearance of the zombies, but also in the panels as well as how the main characters themselves appear. As such, the art works in a similar way as the initial part of the story by misleading the reader into a false sense of security. To wrap up, Gakkou Gurashi is a manga series that, while initially trying to trick you, actually executes a zombie survival setting from a very interesting and quite unique stance that I've personally never seen in a manga before. The characters start off as very simplistic and likable, but as you get further into the series, you start delving deeper into each of their own struggles within the zombie-affected world, while also balancing it out with the fun that these characters go through thanks to the exploits of Yuki. This is why my recommendation for Gakkou Gurashi is to read it. It's a great series that delves into the mental side of surviving a zombie apocalypse while also balancing out with some fun moments. I wouldn't quite say that it is something that you have to go out of your way to buy, but if you feel so inclined to do so, it has been licensed by Yen Press and its first volume will be released in November under its English translated name, School Life. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry for not making one in like a year. Just life happened, which I think we all can relate to. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try to bring this back and try to make more of these on a regular basis. It all depends on how fast I read manga, but yeah, I am gonna try to make more of these and on a regular basis. So yeah, give me feedback on how this transition to audio only is and all that stuff, because I do want to hear you guys' feedback. And if you have a manga that I haven't read yet and you think I should, recommend to me down in the comment section, because I always like hearing about new manga that maybe I haven't heard about before. So yeah, that's the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.